Hello, all, and welcome back to the NFL Quick Talk podcast. As always, follow us on YouTube and Spotify. Subscribe and follow. Anyway, we'll be doing a news video here today, leading up to the NFL season, and we'll be talking about players like Josh Jacobs' new deal, Trey Lance's trade. So let's dive right in. So let's start off with the Las Vegas Raiders running back Josh Jacobs has agreed to terms on a one-year contract worth up to $12 million, including a signing bonus. This is great for the Raiders to keep up on pace with the rest of their division. Their division is very good. In the AFC West, we'll be previewing that in a bit. And so this keeps them up to date with them, and this will take the place of the franchise tag, which the team was set to pay Josh Jacobs, and the tag was worth about $10 million. So he's going to get about $2 million in difference. I mean, and that's a sizable amount for a player that was a holdout. I detailed that in a previous video. He held out from camp until he was going to get a new deal traded. He had a lot of different options, but he was just not going to play unless something changed. And the Raiders, I mean, they didn't really cave. This is still a decent deal on both sides' parts, so both sides are happy. This is a lot like Saquon Barkley's deal I detailed in a previous episode. And I think it's good for football that Josh Jacobs is back. He's one of the best. He's a top 5 running back in the league when healthy and strong. And I think it's just great that he's back with the Raiders. It gives them more of a rushing attack. They didn't really have any depth other than Josh Jacobs, so I'm glad he's back. Next piece of news that y'all need to know is that the San Francisco 49ers have moved on from quarterback Trey Lance. They have traded him to the Cowboys for a 4th overall pick. There was a little bit of cash considerations that went around, but that's really all you need to know. It was Trey Lance to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th round pick. And I think the Cowboys, there's really 2 sides of the coin to this. I think the Cowboys are getting a lot of upside for a 4th round pick here. He'll be a solid backup for Dak Prescott, and eventually he could possibly take over if Dak doesn't exceed expectations or even meet them. And I think they'll have a versatile QB there. And then on the other side of the coin, this is a complete fail and a waste of a top 3 pick for the 49ers. If you remember, I mean, they traded 3 first-round picks to get this guy to move up. And that has amounted to no playing time, a couple preseason starts, and just injured in just the injury list for Trey Lance. So it's a complete waste of picks, a waste of a top 3 pick when you had plenty of other guys that you could have picked. I know that Kyle Shanahan wanted Mac Jones and the GM wanted Trey Lance. I heard that recently. I mean, I don't know if Mac Jones would have been that much better, but he would have at least not been injured probably. I mean, if you remember Mac Jones, we shed a little bit of bad lighting on him right now, where he is with the Patriots. But if you remember, in his first year, he was a Pro Bowler. He took them to the playoffs with a not very good roster around him. The roster really hasn't changed that much for the Patriots. Let's be honest. But anyway, so this is really just a big waste for the 49ers, and this is not being talked about enough with the 49ers because they're such geniuses on everything else, everything from the GM, the moves that he makes, and the coach, Kyle Shanahan, to his offense, he's a freaking genius. But this is really, this could probably go down as one of the worst trade-ups in NFL history. And I mean, I don't think I'm wrong about that either. I think plenty of people are saying that as well. So, and they moved on from him really quickly. So, I think if Brock Purdy hadn't happened, I think that Trey Lance is starting. And I think that Trey Lance still has plenty left in the tank. He was just way overdrafted. People see athletic quarterbacks nowadays. I'll take Anthony Richardson as an example. I do think that he'll be a top 3 Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out on the channel. But I think that when people see mobile quarterbacks, they immediately think that they're going to be very good. They thought that about Trey Lance. They think that most everyone was right when they thought of mobile quarterbacks and what's his face, Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, shouldn't have forgot that name. And they're seeing it with Anthony Richardson too. This is what I'm saying with Anthony Richardson. He can be very good. He's got the physical abilities, but the playing quarterback is not just about having physical abilities. You have to have physical abilities, but you don't have to be a freak of nature like you have to have your defensive ends be or your linebackers to be really good. Shout out freaks of nature like Myles Garrett. Dude is jocked. Anyway, they don't have to be the best runner. They don't have to be the best passer. Just look at Tom Brady. That's all you need to know. So, this is a little bit of a tangent here that I've gone on, but I just don't see the hype when it comes to Anthony Richardson as much as other people do. And they say he's going to be a top 5 QB in the coming years, stuff like that. I mean, it for sure can happen. I'm not saying that it won't happen. I'm saying that I just don't see it because of players like Trey Lance. Let's be completely honest here, guys. Players like Trey Lance, he has all the physical capabilities, and it has amounted to nothing. Anyway, let's move on. So that is all the news I have for y'all. I'm sorry I didn't have more. It's kind of a dormant time right now. Everyone's going through preseason and whatnot. Really not that many injuries since last I updated you guys. But thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a like, and comment below what you think of the Jacobs deal and the Trey Lance deal if you feel so inclined. And make sure to also follow us on Spotify. Spotify is also a great platform. Give us a 5-star rating there. And be sure to look out for the AFC predictions and breakdowns. Those are coming. The North, East, South, and West are all coming down the pipeline very soon. And I cannot wait to share those with you because the AFC is a muddled mess. There are so many great teams in the AFC that probably won't make the playoffs. And I'd like to share with you who I think will make the playoffs, and in doing so, making these videos. I've had a lot of fun making these videos so far for the NSC. It's been a blast. Thank y'all for the views. And for now, I will catch y'all on the flip side for the AFC videos.